Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon. Let's talk about it. What are we talking about today? When I feel inspired, you get a video. So, what I want to talk about today is I was just thinking about how this time next year, everything that we are experiencing, that you are experiencing at this moment, will just be a memory, right? And I flash back to my memory of this time last year, right? So for me, I was in a very bad headspace. I was hurt. I was angry. I was every negative emotion there was, right? That's how I felt. And I felt that way because, something had ended, but I kept trying to, I kept contact with that person, right? And all that did for me was kept me stagnant. I couldn't receive the things that that was out there for me to receive because I was holding on to the past. And a lot of times we do that. We hold on to things that have happened to us and we don't forgive the person whether they're sorry or not. And forgiveness is really for you. I'm telling you it's for you because as soon as I forgave, as soon as I let go, I instantly started to feel like I was being elevated, right? And that's what's going to happen for you as well. When things happen in your life, sometimes you just can't control it, right? And everything happens for a reason. It happens for you, right? So you just take the lessons out of it and you grow from there. And I was just thinking about today, like, man, last year this time, I was hurt and I was hurting people because that's how I was feeling. And a lot of times when you're in a situation, you don't really know what it is. And that's what I was doing. I kept doing it until I really had to evaluate myself and my life and what I was doing, and I had to just stop it, right? And I'm not saying it's easy, but what I'm saying is what you're going through right now at this moment will just be a memory a year from now, 6 months from now, maybe a couple of days, right? It all depends on the severity of the situation. But what I'm telling you is everything happens for you. And I know it's hard to understand that right now in this very moment, but I can promise you everything that has happened to me has happened for me to learn, to grow, to get out of that spot that I stayed stuck in. I was stuck for a long time, trying to take care of everybody else, to be there for everybody else. And I was neglecting myself and my dreams and my purpose. I didn't know what that was because I never took time to look at me. I never took time to focus on me. It was everybody else with their problems and their needs and their whatever they got going on. It was just me just trying to save everybody. You can't save everybody. You can't. Work on you. Make sure that your cup is full. I always talk about that. Make sure that your cup is full. Make sure you're working on you, for you, okay? And then if you got a little bit left to pour over in somebody else's cup, then you do that. But don't make that your sole purpose, okay? Because you can't fill anybody else's cup up if your cup is empty and it has holes in it, okay? And so, like I said, I am just reminiscing about this year in this space, this place that I'm in. I would have, if you had to ask me this time last year, anything, I couldn't tell you nothing because I was hurt and I was just holding on to stuff. And it's like when you get a sore, you gotta leave it alone so it can heal, right? I didn't do that. I kept messing with it, kept picking with it. I didn't understand why I wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, right? People do what they want to do. You can't control people, right? You can't change them. They are who they are, right? So just pay attention to their actions, not their words. Pay attention to their actions. They'll show you exactly what they want and who they are. And you have to believe it, okay? Because if not, in the long run, it's gonna cause you a heartbreak, a heartache, a upset, all kind of stuff. It could be avoided. It could very well be avoided. So listen to the actions, if that makes sense, not the words. Watch the actions, not the words. So like I said, I was just thinking that today I am in this very peaceful and happy state because I choose that, right? I don't let people and places and things upset me or define me. And you shouldn't either. Sometimes people, they do that, whether they know it or not. Nobody's going to make me so upset, right? Where I'm going to just go berserk on social media or anything. It makes no sense, right? I'm not giving anybody that kind of power over my life, over my feelings and my emotions. I'm just not. So I learned not to take things personally, right? People are all growing through things. They might not know what that is. But when you begin to work on yourself and you're aware of you, and it'll make you see people and situations and things in a whole new light. I promise you it does. I sit back and I do a lot of observing. I'm more present. A lot of times, if you just take time to be present, you will see a lot of things that you would never notice before in people, in places, in things in general. Just sit back and just be present. Put that phone down. Sit back and be present, right? And do a lot of self-care, a lot of self-work. That's listening to books. I like listening to books. So I'm big on that. Reading books for those who like to read. Reading books, watching motivation, anything that's pouring positive things in you, anything that you can learn and grow from. Make sure you take all of that in, right? Get all that in so you can be able to help someone else, because I feel like that's what life is about, helping someone else in a similar situation or maybe the same situation that you have dealt with, or that you know somebody. We all know people that have been in situations, and we can help. We really can if we want to, right? But you gotta know what it is, right? Hurt people. Moral of the story today: hurt people. A year ago, that's where I was at. It wasn't good for me, right? Health-wise, mentally-wise, physically-wise, it just was not good for me. People are going through things. If you don't believe it, sit back and look. Just sit back, and they'll reveal everything. Just sit back and listen to them. Watch their actions. People are just erratic. They just do some crazy stuff, and you just be like, "Oh Lord, they're going through something." Pray for them. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. And be glad that you're not them, right? Get in a better place. Work on yourself. 2020 is coming. What are you going to do about it, right? Are you tired of living the same life, doing the same things? What you going to do about it? That's the big question. I'm so ready for it. I'm so excited. I'm excited about life. A lot of people ain't here. People are leaving here left and right. So be grateful with the time that you have today. Okay? Because each day is not promised to you. So every day you wake up, be thankful, be grateful. Start your day out with gratitude. So what I want to do for 2020, I'm going to get a jar and I'm going to write down all the good stuff, and as well as the bad stuff that has happened to me in 2020, right? And the end of 2020, you're going to read those things, and you're going to realize how far you've come, the things you overcome, the things you've learned. So that's all I got for today. I just wanted to jump on here and share, just reminiscing from last year to this year. Growth is so amazing. Growth is so amazing. It can be the same for you. Are you ready? You should be. You tired of living the same life? I was. I had to change. I had to change for me, right? I can't live my life pleasing everybody else, doing what everybody else wanted me to do. That's not a life. Okay? So figure it out. You know what it is. Let's talk about it. We're always talking about it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.